Test. Looks like we're good. Okay. Okay, everything's live, we're good. Just getting the notifications out. Okay. Looks like we are mostly good here. We found this new town last time. Where was I here? Alright, we got the Thorn Crown, which is awesome. And it's apparently not cursed like I thought it was, so that's a plus. Okay. Where are we going from here anyway? To the Kibumbo Mountains. North of Naribwe and south of Kibumbo. Good stuff. Shiva learned Bind, so that puts us in a pretty good spot on some stuff. Oh, they got us by surprise. They're gonna do 1 damage to us. We're apparently over-leveled a bit. Because we've been pretty diligent, and also Ayers Rock was insanely long. Good stuff. Alright. Kibumbo Mountains. Oh good, forced stealth. Just what I needed. Alright, so we've got a bit of a forced stealth segment here as we try to sneak past these Kibumbo. It's like the first thing we need to do. Let's move that into place. Move that into place. Alright, that vine doesn't really do a whole lot for us other than jumping. Walking up to it. We need that stump from there. We can walk up here. Do this pretty easily. Easy enough. Spirit and Pixie down. We push this stump down. Can climb down here. I don't know if there's anything actually here for us. Where does this go? Oh, that's the entrance. Maybe? What? Oh, okay, yeah, that's just the entrance. A wild gorilla. Alright. And it died. We are in the Kibumbo Mountains. Hey Rex, how's it going? Welcome. Alright, 2 gorillas. What am I doing here? Let's have her do Flarewell and her do Storm Ray. Let's see what that'll do for us. Okay, the Pixies are apparently not very strong, so... Good stuff. Continuing the road to overleveled, I guess. So this little pool of water, for those that remember from the first game, you can freeze with a frost spell and turn it into a pillar to jump with, but we do not have a mercury adept with us at the moment, so... Oh look, that guy can't see us because we're behind the crate. That's funny. Whee! So we're gonna go past him this way. Uh-oh, he saw us. Looks like we're getting thrown out. Dope! Kibumbo does not permit visitors. These guys seem pretty angry. Alright, so we're back at the beginning of this place, unfortunately. And they moved all their crates back into place because they seem to have caught on to the fact that people are using crates to sneak into their base. So we move these back into place. Climb up, jump across. Whee! Walk over here. Man, these enemies are a lot weaker than I expected. Don't worry, the crate's just moving by itself. It's definitely not being pushed, buddy. Ooh, I shouldn't have done that. But luckily we can hide behind this crate some more. And here we go. Now we have that path secure. So this is a rope, so we need to lash with it. Whee! But first, let's jump down here, grab this little treasure. A disc axe. That seems like a good upgrade from the, what are we using right now? Stormbrand. But we'll hold on to that longsword because we have another party member joining us pretty soon, and he will probably regard that as an upgrade. Then if we push this down, it'll be in place the next time we need to get in here. So, how you sneak by guards in games that give you magic for interacting with the environment 101. Do we drop the box on this guy's head? Is that allowed? Oops. Okay, apparently it does want us to drop it on his head. Time for some physical comedy, folks. Wait for it. Wah, wah, wah. Alright, now he's stuck in a box, flailing uncontrollably. We got some power bread, so we're gonna eat that immediately. Om nom nom. Alright, over here we've got a guard. Here we've got a stump, but we have to get past that guard first. Ah, that's the one, right. I forgot I had this. Oh, we can climb these. Okay, right. Alright, so we trapped the dog there, but that's actually the opposite of what I was trying to do. I was trying to trap the dog in the opposite side, so let's do all this again, unfortunately. See that treasure chest? You can't get that if you trap the dog there because the dog... Yeah, I have to say... Like, these are certainly weird game mechanics, but they are fun. It is funny to drop a box on a guy's head, I will admit. How is everybody doing tonight? Whee! Alright, climb this little stump here. Okay, the dog's there, so we can grab this treasure chest, which is a tear stone. What the hell is that? Oh, it's forgeable. Okay. So that means we'll take it to the blacksmith at some point. Okay, cool. No, that is not what I wanted to cast. Gah. There we go. Throw a dog a bone. So, now we're going to cast Whirlwind on this bunch of leaves blocking this obvious doorway here. Hey, Tomba, how's it going? We are in the Kibombo Mountains. Good stuff. Okay. Nice, nice. That's cool. Alright, so we can't actually do this at the moment, but basically, when we have a new party member, we can freeze this puddle, then use it as a pillar to reach something. Man, she's getting powerful. Alright, this is the village of Kibombo. Akafubu's ceremony is set to begin soon. We can't use any of these shops yet because there's plot to do. Usually not. Boss fights certainly are not. There is a system by which you have Jin set to a given character, and we are currently just keeping everyone in their own element to keep things as simple as possible. I think because of the open-ended nature of kind of how this game is set up, to some degree, maybe it expects you to do this quest earlier than some of the other quests I've done, such as the stuff with Ayers Rock, which I'm sure my party members gained a ton of levels in. So we're going to jump around some pillars. But regular enemies are certainly not very difficult most of the time. Alright, we've got a priest hanging out here. We don't really have any need of his services right now, so we're just going to keep walking. Oh, weak. Ayers Rock is just really long. More than anything else, honestly. Like, I know you have to do this place after, what's the name of that other place? Madra? Alhafra, one of those two. You have to do it after Briggs. So, Alex is not our water user. He will not be our water user at any point. He's not going to be a party member. But we are about to get our water user. Nope, nobody looks up. They are content to let us sneak around their village. Tonight, Akafabu becomes the Kibombo's new witch doctor. Okay, so this is Piers. We have seen him hanging out before. He was imprisoned for some reason in Madra, I think. But then after they let him out, the Kibombo attacked the village to steal his orb to power this statue, and now he wants his orb back because it helps him power his ship, and if his ship can't move, he's stuck on this continent. Which I guess is 3 continents that have kind of merged together because of a tidal wave. But the Great Gabamba is not amused. Piers, just join our party already. We already know you're our water user. We already conveniently need a water user and have one here. Come on, Piers. Fine. We'll move this crap out of the way. Whee! Like a proper Venus adept. All right. Okay, we both want to get your black orb back so that we can power your ship. And we just kind of want to hitch a ride on your ship. So join the party already, buddy. Sounds good to me. I'm just a mute protagonist that only gets to say yes or no. Alright, so. Whoa. The way this game gives you Jin is pretty weird at times. Piers is now the most suited to Water Jin, so he's got a leg up on everyone else right now. And we're just going to grab this Synergy Stone and restore everyone's points. And get right on this place. Theoretically, at least, we can go back and get that Jupiter Gen now, but we're just gonna go right on into this place. Whee! Dig a hole, dig a hole, dig a hole. Alright, we finally have a new party member with us, so we have a full... Oh, right, let's check his equipment and stuff, too. Oh, yeah, that longsword we have will be a big improvement for him. Alright. Good stuff. Let's pass off this Stormbrand. Okay, not that big of an improvement, but they'll sometimes get the hurricane attack off. There are artifact weapons that will, outside of having better damage than other stuff, also do special unleash attacks. Like that one right there, power drive from that axe. And that's often a benefit to having those outside of... Alright, so this is a one-way street. Oh, no, it's not. We can... Whee! We can jump right back down there. So that's interesting. Thingabomba statue. This is an interesting dungeon. It's a mimic! Oh my god. Okay. So we're gonna use some Jin here. Mimics are slightly stronger than normal enemies. So we used Jin there, and now they're on standby so we can summon. And we're going to summon basic versions of stuff. No! Not the side drain. Okay, it missed anyway. Alright, we got a hard nut. And we're going to use it immediately. Up our defense. So considering that those extra attacks you can get off weapons cost you nothing to use, it's always to your benefit to have weapons like that. I can just do extra attacks like that. Especially for like some of them that can do like status effects and such to enemies. We got a bone armlet. What is that? Used to haunt a foe. It doesn't say it's cursed. But okay, doesn't say it's cursed. I'm gonna equip it. Okay, it's not cursed. Good. Whee! Okay. So we're apparently pretty overleveled for this place, which is weird because this is like the last thing you have to do on this continent as far as the story goes. Unless you end up doing this before Ayers Rock somehow, like I don't know how you would do that exactly, but so this is gonna get stuck on that gear. Slow things down. Oh, okay. Random battle. Boom! Okay, it looks like we just got the rope stuck in that gear, and now we can get through this part. And then we can lash again. And pull at something over there. And we have to decide where we're going because it's going to reset either way. So let's go this way first. Alright, this is a single enemy, so it's going to die very fast. Alright, we've got a Venus Djinn here that I really want, so... Not the least because Venus Djinn are so far behind on every other element. Alright, someone got to do something. Oh snap. Oh, geez, Tornado, nice. That's a sweet spell. Piers is the same element as Mia from the first game, but as you can see, he's more of a fighter and less of a mage. So... Whee! Ride the gear. Okay, we had fun. Alright, so... If we want to get... Can you not do this when I'm trying to concentrate on a puzzle? Gosh. Boom. Oh, I missed it. Okay. Now he's casting guard with the one turn he gets. We have an oil drop to hold on to and use an inventory slot on. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, so that's inconvenient for us. Wow. Cool, good stuff. Good stuff, everybody. Alright, so we could go upstairs from here, but I want to check out what was on the other path from here. Hurricane to the face. Okay, that's where we came from, so I'm a dum-dum. And... Alt, how's it going? How are you doing? We are in a dungeon, called the Gabamba statue in the town of Gabamba. Kibombo, rather, sorry. Sorry, it's the Great Gabamba in Kibombo. I'm confusing the words. Alright, so we have to go around again. We're gonna lash. We're gonna successfully lash onto that gear. Stop all these gears from moving. Alright, so we are going to go up here because, wow. I guess I would need to make all the gears go backwards here, and that would cover us on that. For getting to that Venus Gin over there. So we're going to explore up here a little more. Walk around this. Up here. Oh my god, more gears everywhere. I think we can sneak through here. Oh. Random battle. Whee! Alright, so if we go around. Oh, thanks for the hint, game. I don't know why there's a random cat in here, but okay. Crap. Ugh. And that brought me where exactly? Good stuff. Oh, missed. Let's explore over here some more. Or not, there's apparently an impassable area over here. Power drive! Boom! Okay. Alright, so there's gotta be something up here, I guess. Ugh. Alright, here's that's the spell that we're going to use in a second, because these encounters are getting a little bit annoying. Here's the void. Oh, Gotta go all the way around, you gotta be kidding me. Alright, so there's gotta be something over here then. That's just a gear we can ride, okay. Noted. Oh, we can walk around that helps. Where is this gonna take us? To this other part of this maze, okay. Elixir! We're gonna sell that immediately as soon as we can. Okay, so... That's half the battle. We got that one. We need to get the one on the other side, and we also still need to find how to get to that gem. So... I'm gonna get another look down there. Looking at it from here, clearly see a staircase that comes up from there. Which would be on the floor below here. Which, hang on a second. Okay, it's over where that lash is that we could find our way back from if we were over there. So... Oh, hey, I know what we can do. We can just hop across that. We can hop down here. For this place, let's see, we can hop this gear here. And that didn't actually help us very much. But we can just walk through there, so whatever. Alright, we've finding our way, so we don't need to avoid anymore. Man, these are old enemies. Like, these are way below us. I guess should be using avoid more. But we're still getting decent experience, so whatever. So that knocks that gear down a peg, and then I don't actually know what we do with it. Is it going the other way now? I don't think so, but... Ah, I know what that is, okay. Okay, I see what we have to do. Whoops. Oopsie daisies. Right, we can just walk around, which is not all that intuitive, but we can do it. No, don't go downstairs. Okay. Dope. Everything is spinning. Okay. Well, that's annoying. Wow, he survived. Okay, we took damage there. Oh hey, that's a thing we can do. Yeah, the salamanders are decently strong for this part, compared to everything else here. Anything else there, though? I don't think we can. Gotta catch our little friend there. But how? Alright, this resets itself, so that's not very helpful. But we can... Weird. Go past that. Oh, that's a circle. That's fun. times. Alright, let's try going downstairs from here. God, okay. Oh, goodness. Boom, power drive to the face. And a hurricane. Not much of a face left on that skeleton guy. Wow. Alright, we're going back up. I see where we can go with this. Oi, leave me alone, guys. I'm gonna do a void again after this as well. We're getting a decent amount of random loot to sell, at least. Alright. Alright, it doesn't seem like either of those does anything, so we're just gonna proceed for now and assume that something else will reverse the direction of the gears later. Already. Let's try the other side. There should be a way to, now that we got that gear dislodged, go up where we weren't able to and go past some gears, so maybe that's on the other side. My sense of direction has never exactly been the best. Okay. Crap. Ha. Okay, this is just the other side of that. So it's somewhere above us. But we're not running into encounters, so we have all the time in the world on our hands. Oh, here we go. Here's that ladder I needed. Womp womp. Those drums are totally gonna help. Alright, so we got all these blocks out. This one is obviously supposed to go this way. So, we come to this part. We can either... This looks like we have to send it this way. This makes sense. And then come goes back here, gets to the statue. If I have this correct. Whee! Oh crap. I did that wrong. Yeah, I had that wrong. Okay. Just that one piece, though, looks like. Now we wait for him to do his thing again. Oh my goodness. He's taking his time. There we go. Alright. This should work this time. I promise. Whee! Oh yeah, putting that hardware to work here. Whoop! Zoink! Hello, we're the people that raided your statue. We're also the people that raided the other continent's culture's sacred rocks, so we don't seem to care that much about people's traditions. Whee! So there is a whole nother dungeon in this place that we can't really do yet. Well, he already left. Well, you couldn't just give it to us. Yes, sir. All right, let's go. We still need to get the gen in there, which is annoying. God. Okay. So now we have real access to this town. That for some reason has a priest in it, even though this place very definitely has its own culture. We got 4 oil drops from random drops, so that's how much time we spent in there. We got 1 sleep bomb. Alright, not too much new in the shops here. But Lucky Pepper, Felix is going to do that immediately. There should be a Lucky metal. There we go. We'll use those someday. And then in this house over, this inn actually over here, we'll have one more piece of loot for us. I don't care enough to get it at this point. Alrighty. Let's go find that gin now that this place is working the way we want it to. Good stuff. 2 unleash attacks in a row like that is pretty good. God, how do I get this stupid thing? Oh. Alright, that guy survived long enough to cast one spell. Piers is going to cast Void again. How the hell do we get to this guy? Oh my god. Oh my god. I could have just walked here. Entire time. Easy enough. And we finally are not doing weird things with our gen on who's got them set. So, for those new here, okay, we still are sort of, I guess, but we at least have something closer to balance when we've got 5 Mercury gen. So the way this system works is you set gen, they boost your stats. They can also, if you set different elements, like put you into different classes. So I guess I'll show off one of them shortly, because we're going back that way and we're going to need that spell anyway. There's another dungeon that we'll come back to at some point. I think that's just going to take us to the same place that we got to before, but I want to confirm. Now that we can make these handy dandy frost pillars, it's pretty good. Make sure there's no extra loot over here, just the respawn Synergy stone. Okay. That's how Piers got there, anyway. We had to do other stuff to get there. We have to walk all the way back, or something. Don't wanna. They really needed another way to just leave this place. God, is there seriously no way to jump down? Like, how? Oh my god. Okay, so we walk through friggin' Great Gabamba again. Just because we just had to be curious about that one stupid place. So many one-way streets in this place. Oh yeah, you found that ground. Can I please just get out of here? Oh my god. I do not like this dungeon. Like, there's way too much one-way stuff in it, and even, like, after we finished it, we had to come all the way through here just to get around, and that's dumb. But most of the dungeons in this game are not like this, so... What the hell? Oh my god. Jesus Christ! I already did this place. Like, what do you want from me? Really? Screw you. Wow. Jeez. That hurt a lot. let's see what retreat does. It's probably going to take us back to that same stupid spot, but yeah, we're back here. Can I please just leave this place any other way? Like, that's ridiculous that I can't find some other way out of here. Well, all these arrows are now pointing at one thing, so I can only assume that we need to use reveal here. What? That'll be later, I guess. Alright, let's try walking all the way back and see if there's any other way out of here that doesn't involve doing the entire dungeon again. Oh, right, we climbed on the huts to get here the first time. Okay, that's what we did. Okay, we're safe. We don't have to do that entire stupid dungeon again. Yet. We are headed back to the previous town. Gonna hit the inn one more time. Probably could have just grabbed that Synergy Stone, but it's 48 coins and I don't care. We got the gem, that's what we needed. So we have the orb now, we can power Pierce's ship. And we have Piers, so we can do all kinds of little things. Whee! First, we're going to do this. So, I mentioned the mixing of gem, and if you mix Earth and Fire users, you learn a spell family called Growth. And that, I don't know why it's not just a standard Venus spell, honestly. It would do just fine if it was, but that lets you grow vines like that instantly. But I never use it outside of switching between Gen for the Earth and Fire users. And we're gonna have another Jupiter Gen on us, so... That's our fourth Jupiter Gen, which will unlock some improved stats for Sheba. So setting stats like Gen like this will substantially increase stats, and you see the class also nominally increases from Magician to Mage, which is a thing, I guess. And she learns the ward synergy, but I don't see myself ever using that, so... Normally I just shorthand this by using the R button, but it's important to see the class change here, so... Alright, we're done there. I guess we can also get around that way in this place now that we have piers if we feel so inclined. I don't particularly. And more importantly, we can just leave this place now because we're done here. But they're not trying to kick us out anymore, at least since we helped them out with their sacred ceremony somehow. Despite taking the orb they needed for it, we helped them with the ceremony first. Alright, we're gonna go back through the other mountain that we passed through last week. We don't need anything from this other town we passed through. Don't fall, don't fall. Alright, we should probably hit avoid again because the enemies are nothing. Somewhere in these cliffs was somewhere we could do a thing. Oi! Oi! Okay, so back over here for a second to take a look. Seriously, why is there a rock there? There's absolutely no reason for there to be a rock there. Come on now. Oy vey. Here we go. Here's our guy. There we go. The healing fungus. Alright, so there is another fungus up here to grab. I don't think we actually need it. So I'm not going to stress too much about finding that location. But just as far as making our way around, exploring everywhere, they do everything in their power to keep me from exploring, apparently. Okay, never mind. We're just gonna make our way out of this place. Oh wait, hey. another puddle deep in frost. This will probably get us that other fungus, so... Then again, maybe not, I don't know. That would be too useful, apparently. Okay, so I guess we're not getting that useless one that we would just immediately sell for like 500 coins anyway. But we have the ability to use Frost to explore this place a little more is the important point there. And we're done here. And we want to go to Madra and I guess the shore near there. Get on the boat. Did want to swing by town first, so that was the boat we needed, but we did also need to go to town for some stuff. Some random couple here that really wants that healing fungus, so we are here to give it to them. Whee! Okay, so we're only doing this because this couple has a reward for us that's very important. Whee! Another Mars gem. So now everyone is in their tier 3 classes because they have, except Felix. Felix does not have a 4th gen to be in a tier 3 class yet. Jenna, however, can now cast Healing Aura. Because you do not have Mia's family of wish spells here in this game, because Piers is not really a caster, he still learns Ply, but no Heal All allies spells, so Jenna's Healing Aura, while not as quite as potent as Mia's wish family of spells, is actually a very efficient way of healing your party. It's less per individual character than some other stuff you'll get, but like, it's your only heal all for a decent chunk of this game. So, something to keep in mind. We're going back into the Madra Catacombs. Now, we have a few new spells with us now, so we can do stuff like this. Whee! Like that. These enemies might be a little stronger than what we've been seeing, actually. Alright, so... gonna cast Frost, make a pillar here. Over here, we're gonna put this here. Gonna climb up. Yoink, yoink! Okay, these enemies are not actually very strong, never mind. And I forgot I hotkeyed something else. Whee! Okay, we got that already. Did not realize I'd been in this part of this place before, but okay. See what else we can move before we climb that. Oh, hey. Hello. An apple. Felix eats it immediately. Alright, so if we can get up there, we can both do that lash thing and whatever else we need, which will get us a route to here to use, which is intriguing. We can see if we can get there yet. There we go. That's what we needed. Now we lash this rope over here. Yoink! And promptly cry that we didn't remember to frost the puddle. I think we already went through that door, so let's go back this way. Climb back up here. Doink, doink. Pretty fascinating that they have all this underneath their town, honestly. Alright, a couple more things in here. We're gonna tremor. That is so not what I cast. There we go. So that's going to drop that treasure chest to below us. And we have to go back out. And then we can go over here. Grab this treasure chest. A mist potion. That's going to be useful. Useful little thing to have. Then we drop down. Just kidding, we get in a random battle. Doop. Now this should be here, maybe? That's annoying. Lucky metal, okay. Pretty good loot in this place, definitely. It's a worthwhile side quest. Okay, we need the ruin key, which is in that chest that we... So we go back over here, circle around, climb down this vine. Woo! Oh, boo. Where's the ruin key chest? I knocked it down. Huh. Well, let's try a full sweep again. Let's... It's gotta be on the first floor though, right? I would think. Alright, let's try that other entrance one more time. Wait. Are these doors what I think they are? If the other ones are the ones that require the ruin key. Okay, there we go. There's our ruin key. Whee! And we light up this stone tablet thing. And we learn to summon Malak. And we're done here. That was a nice little interlude. Got us a summon, a djinn, a couple little pieces of loot. Kind of optional, but if you're really playing this game, what are you doing if you're not collecting djinn? Collecting djinn is like half the point of the game. Alright, I'm gonna get us to the boat, and then I'm gonna stop and take a quick break and use the bathroom. Alright, be right back, all. Alright, we're back. Let's deal with this boat. Okay, cool. Good stuff. Alright, cool. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. Alright, so we're gonna get to Lemuria at some point, but that's a long way away. So basically the way this game plays out, you get the ship, and then there is a long series of quests you have to do to find the location of Lemuria, to navigate its seas, and to assemble the weapon necessary to overcome its guardian. But first, we have another dungeon. God, I was just there. Come on. Right, okay. This is a goof on my part. You're supposed to pick up an item from the Mayor of Madra. And it's actually the item that lets us do the inner dungeon of the Gabamba statue, the Great Gabamba. But and also a couple other things in various places. But obviously, we would want to wait a bit until we have a boat and we can easily just sail to the location rather than walking there. Oh right, we have to see this scene, that's right. That's part of why it forces you to come here. So one of the main sources of conflict in this game is that the people of Prox are desperate, and they have taken methods to kind of force people to go along with their intent of bringing alchemy back into the world. Whereas the lighthouses have been acting as a kind of seal on it. On that power of alchemy. And while we want to bring alchemy back to keep the world from stagnating to its ruin, they kind of want us to hurry the hell up with it. And it provides some conflict that you have somebody kind of and here are some bandits from the first game. One of our little callbacks because we transferred our data between games with our handy dandy Game Boy Advance link cable. I'm so scared. You guys are totally going to be strong opponents for this point in the game. Oh hey, they're actually putting up more of a fight than stuff. I didn't honestly expect this. You guys should just give us loot and skip town and never be seen again. There are several optional events in the first game. That if you do them and transfer your data over, you can get a few useful things by having that data around. So these are really nice. They are boots that raise defense a little bit and speed a lot. Gonna pass this cyclone chip over to Sheba. Okay, now we're gonna go do the boat. And we want to go this way. So the boat's going to be where, like, once we hit the sea, I think that's where I'm going to end it for tonight. As always, there's the Discord link if you want the schedule. If you love my content and happen to have the Prime subscription, feel free to subscribe. I always appreciate it loads. But yeah, we've got a whole dungeon before we actually hit the sea, so. While this ship's been sitting here, it's gotten full of mold. Now we have to fight mold monsters. The ship. Alright, we missed a cookie, which is valuable, so I'm going to look for it. Oh, I think I know where it is. It's going to use the frost puddle there. Otherwise, there wouldn't be a thing there if they didn't have loot behind it, in theory. Either that or the game designers wanted to troll me really badly. Whee! There we go, cookie. Cookie's good. Okay. Now we actually proceed through this boat. Wow! Aqua Jelly. Alright, so these are neat because they make a little puzzle out of them. In that after you kill them, they stay behind as a frost puddle. And in this particular case, whoops, that is not actually what I meant to cast. And then we can use the water left over from that thing as a pillar. And go grab a potion. Alright, this is interesting. So we can't actually get to them from here, so we... Pretty straightforward here, I think. These fights are all pretty easy. Okay, except when we miss a bunch. Okay, so... I think we can... The cookie was the only thing of value here, so... This is a neat little puzzle, though. Huh. Can we actually do anything with this right now? Well, it can't hurt anything to freeze it, so... Don't think we can actually go anywhere with it? No. Gonna freeze this, use it as a pillar, catch the drift of this by now. Make another pillar there. And one last one of these here. Cool. pillar is going to hold up that little floor for us so it doesn't immediately fall. And we have access to this room. So we go back through here. And then we can... Yay, I totally wanted this. Oh, snap! Probably should have looked at characters' hit points there, but oh well. Let's go for broke. Ugh. Ow. Oops. Forgot I'd done that actually. Blimey, this guy's actually got a decent pool of hit points. Easily the strongest thing we've fought tonight. There we go. Good stuff. Alright, we made it. Alright, so now we have our boat. We can pretty much go anywhere in the entire Eastern Sea. This whole area. But that's mostly going to be a next week thing. Because, yeah, it's already pretty late. We will, however, at least get to a town and use an inn. Beating up some seagulls on the way. We're gonna make our way back to Kibumbo, actually. And then I'm going to call it a night here. We'll be back there at some point. I don't remember what that place does right now. And I don't have time to investigate tonight. Since we have the Cyclone ship, we can now do the rest of that Great Kabamba dungeon. But yeah, that's going to be next week. You know what? Yeah, it's going to be next week. I figure we got our ship, we started sailing the sea. And that's going to be it for tonight. So I will see everybody next week. Everybody sleep well. As always, Discord link and stuff on the page. Have a great night, folks.